Hello, my friend. So, today I'm going to be doing some biceps and shoulders. I did them yesterday, but I'm still in the mood and they're not feeling too sore, so it's fine. So, that's about it. So, I'm going to be doing the curls, bicep curls at 15 and a half kilos. I think that's for US viewers about 35 pounds. I'm not really sure, but I think about 35. Whew. Okay. Taking a little break. Let's forget about the music. Okay. Let's give it like another 10 seconds. Oh, okay. Okay. Four. Eight. Nine. I'm really curious how this video looks when I actually finish recording and I actually see it. I'm sure there's so many like pauses, but I mean it does make sense if you think about it, because when you're tired from exercising, you just kind of need a break. And I don't really want to edit it too much. I guess I could fill the time with like talking about something, giving my opinion, I guess. That's a fair point. That's something I could do. Because I don't want to make something that's too processed. Just the core experience of just exercising, you know? Because yeah, it just brings peace, I think. How long has it been? Okay, just like another half a minute. Jesus Christ. The time passed really quickly. Damn. Um, Man, okay, let's do this last set. Okay, let's do it. That's 6 reps. Yeah. So, I guess something we could talk about is motivation and why we should do the things we want to do. So, basically, the reason why you should do them is clear. You know, you want to do the thing because it probably makes you happy. You know, let's say you like pottery. Why should you start pottery? Well, you think there's no way to know, but you know, then you try pottery, and well, you try it and you see if you like it. If you like pottery, then you should actually start doing it on a regular basis, because it gives you happiness and hopefully fulfillment. Now, that's great. Let's say you have the time to do pottery, but it's a matter of organization or just managing to actually get to it. But in general, you should have the time. Then you should do pottery. But why should you do it now? Well, you never know how long you're going to live. You don't know if you'll pass away in a week or in 60 years. You don't know how long you're going to live. So, why should you wait to do something you want to do? You know? That's something you could think about. Because, sure, some things you should wait for. For example, if you want to have kids, you should probably wait. You know, become first stable, you know, find yourself a good partner, you know. But, okay, let's just do the set. Oh, doing these controls is so difficult. Okay, but so what was I? Yeah. So you know, if you want to have kids or something like that, you should probably wait until the time's appropriate. And of course, you shouldn't jeopardize things you're doing now just so that you can start a new thing. You should find a thing you like and stick to it. Preferably, you know? It doesn't always work out. Damn, that was the worst crack. And people make mistakes and go wrong. But that's the general goal. And especially if you're young, like me, you probably and you know, you have the time to do something like that. Like you're not in poverty or your parents help you, you know, so you have the time. You should probably do the most you can to develop yourself. You know, if you don't have parents and you need to work to survive, then obviously do that. And hopefully, eventually find a way to sustain yourself and develop yourself, because it can be really difficult. But if you have someone to help you and support you on the way, when you're still young, but you know, you don't have a job because you're studying, probably, then you should try to make the most out of it, you know. Because you are given this time, and later on, you'll want to have this kind of time. Because, at least this is what I gather, adults often don't have that much time, you know? You got a job, you have to commute, it takes a long time, and you don't really have time for other things, especially if you have children. So now, when you're young, when you're a teenager, young, early 20s, and you go to uni or something like that, or do a trade, that's great too. Probably sometimes even better, depending on what you're studying. But you know, you should take the time to maximize the time to improve yourself, because now is the time to grow. And not only that, well, it's always time to grow. Of course, it's always time to grow, but now it's even better to grow, because it's a bit like investing, you know? If you have 8% annual return and you start with 10 grand, then you're gonna have a certain sum, you know, in 30 years. But for example, if you start out with 30 grand, you're going to have a lot more in 30 years. And you're not changing the rate of improvement. It is for both 8%. But what you're changing is the starting amount. Now, how this, you know, reflects being young and self-development is when you're young, you have time to develop. Let's say until 20 something, you know, you're going to university, you have time to develop yourself. And not only university and getting a good education, if you're in that path, in that direction, but also personally, you know, you can do a sport if you want. You can learn to code, read books that develop your mind. If you want, study religion, you know. Discover what you want to do with yourself. Maybe if you need, switch your major, but do it on time, because, you know, our lives are limited, and people who know what they want to do earlier on are, yeah, generally better set, I think. And so, for example, if you have just your degree with good grades, you know, when you graduate when you're 20 something, that's great. That's like the 10 grand. But for example, if you did your degree and you got the same grades, but you were able to, let's say, make good connections, make strong friendships, read books that develop you, develop yourself physically, get experience, travel, if you're able to do such things, or even study economics, find something that you like that develops you, then you're at that 30 grand stage. And those skills that you learn when you're young, you will be able to apply for the decades to come, which is super useful, and will put you ahead. And I'm yapping too much because I forgot to do my second set, so let's do that. I think it's the second set, right? Let's just see. Okay, maybe another one. Okay. So that's something I've been thinking about. And this development, again, it can come from many sources. Let's say you like to just tinker with computers and laptops and stuff like that. You don't need to get a degree in it, but if that's what you like, learn how computers work, and maybe later on it'll help you because you don't need to go to the laptop repair store and you can just repair something yourself, which is super cool. You can save yourself some money and maybe use it for something else. And yeah, if we use this time to develop ourselves early on, we can set ourselves up for success later on, or at least greater success. Now, of course, many difficulties come and go through our lives. Throughout our lives, you can have terrible things happen to you, and great things. And maybe your life is easy, maybe your life is difficult. Maybe being young is like the most difficult thing, and then because you go to uni and then you just win the lottery and you're set. Even though a lot of lottery winners have it rough because of this sudden burst of money that comes their way, and they don't really know how to use it wisely. But so arguably it's a bit of a tough situation to be in. But on the other hand, maybe university years are the chillest, most relaxing, amazing years, and then you have work and you have children, and it gets really rough, or you don't have children, you work and you lose your leg in a work accident. Oh, that's terrible. That's really rough. So it really depends, but really, whatever age you are, if you have free time to do something, do it. Approach. No, sorry. Let me say. Try to do it and just see where it goes, because it might just end up being good for you, and you might really be happy that you did it. And maybe, let's say you thought you liked pottery, you start pottery, and then turns out pottery is much more difficult than you thought, and then you find out you just like the idea of doing pottery, but you don't like the pottery itself, like the actions of pottery. You just like the final product. Okay, that's unfortunate, but then okay, I don't like that, and that's valuable too, because now you're guiding yourself more. You know more about yourself, then then you could think, okay, so you like the idea of creating something, but you don't like the process of doing it with clay. Then you could do it, for example, like 3D sculpting. I'm not really sure what the word is, but like on the computer when like people animate stuff, but it's like three-dimensional, and I think you can print it too, with like a 3D printer. You know, maybe that's for you, and then you can do that, and that's great. You know, but you're one step closer. You like the idea of creating something. Maybe you want to get into woodworking as a hobby, then you can do that. You know, and you can slowly discover what you like to do and hopefully what you're good at. Now I need to drink. Okay. I mean, kind of a reason why I'm doing this video, you know, is to try a new avenue, new thing of like what I like to do. I've had 3 previous channels. One of them was with a cousin, and you know, we never went through with it, which was really unfortunate. Because some of them I really liked, you know, and now I'm trying again. Why? Yeah, I just like the idea. I just like the idea of doing it. Maybe I can give more detail in a later video if everything works out. We will see. Let's just do this. Okay. Well, that was the workout, I guess. It's not very deep or very complicated at all. Just kind of wanted to do it, and yeah, that's about it. Hope you have a great day, and see you in another video.